We're here to talk through the shape Sudoku by Salih Alan called multiplication. And you may, as you look through the shape inventory, see that theme. The top two digits, 3 times 4 is 12, 7 times 3 is 21, all the way to 7 times 6 is 42. The bottom 2 as a two-digit number is the result of a multiplication. That will give you something about what's visually interesting about the theme, but maybe not what logically is critical about the theme. There's no fives in these products is one consequence, but more importantly, two, and this was by design, is in each of these products. So you'll actually see that there are four groups that have the twos to the lower right and four that have the groups to the lower left. And so it's useful in this puzzle to split apart the shape inventory in this way. So I'll color these in. And recognizing we effectively know where the twos go, give us the fact we can mark some Sudoku-like notes in the grid. So 2s are always in the bottom of these 2s, and we can mark that around the grid. But you'll effectively see, like, as you put this in, you get in these corner cells, the 2 has to be here, and similarly here, similarly here, similarly here. And that's actually marked off the whole blue space. So these are the 4 in blue. These are the 4 in green. Coming back to what we know about green, where the 2 is in these extremes. We mark these in, we got the center square as a 2, and we have our first break into placing things in the puzzle. Still a lot to do, and there are different things solvers may choose to look at first, like around these blue groups, like where there's a 9 in this one, and there's a 9 in this box, or there's an 8 in this one, and there are 2 8s in this box. Like this upper left one, for instance, has to be one of these two on the left side in blue, and across those there's a 3 in the cell, there's a 7 or 9 here, and a 1 or 7 here. And that, looking at blues is something that is probably what most solvers will do intuitively. What I'd say is, coming back from a Sudoku thinking space, we want to subdivide the green set again and do it through Sudoku rules. So we need to find 2 greens that could work together as a set of 4 unique values, and 2 more greens that work as another set of 4 unique values. And the set that really breaks us apart is to see we have a 3 and 8 over here, which can't work with this 3 or this 8. So whatever is going to come together, and I don't mean to have these still colored up here. We don't yet know which is which, but it's helpful to know that we're going to have 2 columns that are going to be this column and this long row together. And what could possibly steer which is which right now? Well, these big digits don't work because they don't see into the space. It's this 1 and the 6 that can do it. I've got one of these that has a 1, which says that a 1 can't be in this space, so 1 could be here or here or here. But the 2, 7, 8, 9 looks okay for that, so that's not enough to exclude. Something that looks more problematic is this one that's got a 6. And so this cell with a 6 would sit here and here in the space, and both of those, if it were part of this group in this set of rows, would be eliminated. And so with that as the reason behind it, you can say that yellow sits here, red sits here, and we can now go through trying to place those values. We said that the 1 was potentially forcing, and actually that's where we're going to get started, is looking at this 1 over here, which now has to be this red space, and puts this in as the other red space. So those look like good progress. We get then a 9 coming down here in this column. I'm seeing if we have other stuff by Sudoku. We have a 4 up here. The 3 and 4 pointing into these in blue probably look like they do a lot of the forcing. So those spaces are actually these across the shapes. So where we need to have 2 ends that are unique, there's actually only one shape, this 2, 4, 7, 8 set down here that can go in this corner, because otherwise these cells here would have a 3 or 4 in them. So we can say this is 2, 4, 7, 8. And let me just change the color so we know that we've marked this in the inventory. Up here, the end of this can be a 1, 4, or 7 from the shapes, but 4 and 7 are in the grid right now, so this has to be a 1, which means this is 7 and 3. That now means this is only the 9, 2 set, sorry, the 9, 7 set, 9, 2, 7. And that means this is 8, 3, 4. So all the blues are now placed. And now we just need to think about these last ones here, which need 4, 7, and 6. 4, 7, 6, that looks okay. 3, 8, 4, that does not. So This is 2, 4, 7, 6. This is 2, 3, 8, 4. And so if you made those observations about the center rows and columns, after getting the 2's initially placed, you're now stuck with a very easy Sudoku to finish the puzzle with. So let's just go through that. We've got 2 4s, including this one with notes here. Means this is a 4, means this is a 4. We're left with 4 note here. We have 1, 5, 6 in this space with 7, 9 coming down here, and the 7 and 9 are the more forced of those. We then get a 9's effectively in these cells, which puts a 9 here and a 9 here. The 2 7's in the right column leave a last 7 here, puts in this 8, puts in this 5. The 7's in the center give me just this position for a 7, just this position for the last 7. The 3's coming up this first and second column leave a 3 position here. And in the lower right box, this is the last spot for a 3 there. This box needs a 1, a 5, and a 6, which have to go in the places I just put them. Last place for 6 in the lower left box leaves this 1, puts in this 1. Got 5 and 6 in these cells. Puts in the 6. We've got a 5 and a 4 and a 4. Last 6 with another 6. 1 and 5 up here. This is a leftover 6. We've got 8 and 9 already in the space, so 8, 9, 5. This is another 5, gives me 5 and 1 and 5. This is 1 with 3, and as we come through here, we have 1 and 1 and 3 and 3 and 8, 8 and 9, and 9 and 5, and we're through to the end. So a good puzzle, maybe helped by having multiple colors available to us. A little easier, but still hard for a Sunday stumper. It really depended on how well you were able to think through the whole shape inventory. And as we broke it out at the start, 2 groups of 4 that then subdivided to a group of 2 and another group of 2 was a key observation that helped me get through to the finish of the solve, and likely what Salih intended for you all to find too. So hopefully you got something from this video. Thanks, we'll see you again soon.